as you just saw, I've filled the car up. The service station's over there, so I've only just driven across the road so I don't block any of the Bowsers and annoy people. Okay, I've reset the trip meter to 0, and that is the indicated range of the computer. There's the trip computer button there. I'll reset that as well. Let's have a... There's the range, there's the trip time. So I've been driving for an hour already since I left home. Average fuel consumption since I left, 11.4 litres it reckons. And that's what we'll be checking. We'll be checking how accurate that trip computer actually is. Okay, so our trip there is 0. So now I'm going to reset the trip computer. Okay, trip time 0. I mean, look, the trip time's not really that important. I'm not worried about that. Average fuel consumption while we're sitting there idling is 2.1 litres per hour. Average speed is 0. Okay, everything's set to 0 now. Let's head off. Now I'm just going to be driving the car normally and within the speed limit. I'm not driving for economy, and I'm not racing it, and I'm not breaking any speed limits. So we'll be driving this car legally for the whole time while we're testing this out. Okay, we're just about to go on the motorway, and shortly we'll be hitting some Sydney traffic as well. So we're actually going to Sydney, and I don't know what the traffic's going to be like there, but it might be very, very busy. Okay, so we're just getting into the 100k zone. We're currently doing 80. The highway patrol's been hanging around here. He's pulled up 2 people since I've been here. So now we go, you know, not pushing the car, and we're in top gear, and next time you'll see us, we'll be in Sydney. I've just stopped here because the fuel light has just come on. We've done just under 390 k's. You can see where the fuel gauge is sitting, and we're going to pull into the next petrol station to fill up, and then we can finish off this video. Okay, 395 k's, and we're now at the BP petrol station at Lone Cove in the city in Sydney, and we're just about to fill up. Now our range that's left at the moment, it says 66 k's. Our trip time overall since we've last filled up has been 7 hours and 8 minutes of driving. Average fuel consumption, it claims 13.7 litres. Instant fuel consumption was 2.4 litres while we're sitting here idling. And the average speed, 55 k's an hour, and that's half highway and roughly half inner city driving in Sydney CBD, as you just saw in the video. So let's fill up and we'll go from there. .89 litres. Now we are back home from our drive to Sydney, and I've written down and worked out all the details of how far we've travelled and how much petrol we've used. Mainly because I can't remember all the exact figures in my head. Now this is only for one tank. This wasn't for the whole trip. Okay, now let's see what we actually did on our tank full of half highway, half city driving in Sydney. Now we did 395.6 k's on our drive before we filled back up. For that distance we used 53.89 litres of petrol, and that is premium unleaded 98. Now that works out to be an average of 13.62 litres for every 100 k's driven. And I think that's pretty good. I wasn't driving it for economy, I was just driving it. And a lot of it was like inner city stop and go traffic, which, you know, you're sitting at traffic lights and you're going from one light to the next, etc, etc. So 13.62 litres for a BF GT Falcon that has been custom tuned and has had some work done on it. Now, if you're interested to find out what exactly has been done to this car, leave a comment down below and let me know, and I might actually do a whole video on the car and all the modifications on it. And there will be some more modifications coming up, probably within the next 12 months. I want to up the power on this thing a bit, so let me know if you're interested in that. Leave a comment. Now, also the trip computer suggested that we use 13.7 litres per 100 k's. So the actual fuel used was 13.62 litres and the trip computer said 13.7. So, you know, the trip computer is spot on. Even with a modified motor, it does give you the correct usage of petrol, which is really good. I'm happy about that. That's actually one of the things I wanted to find out, to see if the trip computer still works once you have modified the car from standard. Well, if you've got any questions about anything you saw in today's video, do me a favour, leave your question down below and I'll try and answer it to the best of my ability. In the meantime, if you enjoyed this video, found it entertaining or useful at all, give me a big thumbs up and don't forget to smash the subscribe button for more videos from Mike's Man Cave. Thanks for watching and bye for now.